Hi folks, this is Nancy J. Lewis again. This week, 4th week of my Nancy's Funny Quips. Hope you enjoy this one. Now, you may have to read backwards, but in case you don't read backwards, I'm going to tell you what my shirt says. Because as you know, I'm famous for my shirts. I have 3 sides. The quiet, sweet side. The fun, crazy side, and that's the side that you see. And the third one is the side that you never want to see. So don't push me. Okay. I'm going to start out with the quiet, sweet side. You know, I was raised on a ranch, and sometimes I'd get my chores done early, and I'd grab a book and I'd run up to the pasture, and I'd lay down in the nice green, cool grass, and I'd have a book in my hand and I would read. Of course, before I laid down, I made sure that a cow or a horse hadn't dropped something where I was going to lay. Anyway, I love to read, and I still do. And I'm not pushing this because I'm a writer. But I've noticed that these younger generations don't read as much as we used to. And when you read, it just broadens you. I'll give you an example of it. This woman and her husband rented this cabin up in this lake in the mountains. And he went fishing and comes home, and he's got a couple of trout and a bass, and he cleans them. She trained him well. And then he says, you know, I'm tired. I'm going to go take a nap. Well, by the time she cleaned up after him, her hands smelled like fish. So she went and got one of Kay's perfumes and put them on her hands so they'd smell nice. I thought you'd like I got in there. So she thinks, you know, I want some quiet, sweet time. So she went and she grabbed her book and she went down and got in the boat, and she fired her up, and she out on the lake, and she sees this little cove, and it was a nice quiet little cove, and she thought, ah, this is a good spot. So she pulls in there and cuts the engine and drops the anchor and picks up her book, and she's laying back there just reading away, and this game warden comes up and he says, what are you doing? And she looks at the book, and she looks at him, and she looks at the book and thinks, duh. I'm reading. Oh, well, do you know you're in a no fishing zone? She said, I'm not fishing, I'm reading. Well, I'm going to have to give you a ticket. A ticket for what? Well, you're in a no fishing zone. She says, but I'm reading. He says, but you have all the equipment there. You know, for all I know, anytime you could start fishing. And this is a no fishing zone. She thinks, if you give me a ticket, I'm going to charge you with sexual assault. He says, what? I haven't even touched you. She said, that's right. You haven't touched me. But for all I know, you could, and you have all the equipment. Now, the moral to that story is, never mess with a woman who reads, because generally she can also think.
Yep.
So I've promoted reading. So gals and guys, when you read, just remember now, if you need to fart, go ahead and fart. Because if you don't, if you hold it in, it's going to travel up your spine and into your brain. And that's where shitty thoughts come from.
Oh my gosh!
Okay, that's enough for this week. Like, comment, subscribe. See you next time. God bless.